What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSO Sage, and I'm back with another video. Damn, I said I was gonna do this video like months ago. That's crazy, ain't it? But at least I didn't lie to you guys. This is a video that I've wanted to do for a long time now, and although it hasn't been out of hand recently, the preseason just started, the regular season's about to begin, it's gonna happen again, and when it does, it's gonna piss me off. What am I referring to, you may ask? Well, the NBA community has this thing, this weird behavior, I should say, where for whatever reason, whatever unjustified reason I may add, people just wake up and slander. And when I say wake up and slander, I'm not talking about going on LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard. Those guys are current basketball players. That's just gonna happen because people are passionate about the game they're watching. Keyword is watching though. But when I talk about these wake and bake takes, essentially, I'm referring to the takes that slander players that aren't even playing today. People will just wake up and be like, yeah, Anthony Davis is better than Tim Duncan. Remember that? That was fucking weird. And if you want to go but Sage, they're just having AD height. That isn't really Tim Duncan slander, and AD's pretty good. First of all, AD can be as good as he wanna fucking be. He ain't no damn Tim Duncan. Two, and more importantly, that's fine. That's true. But people then took the extra leap to say Tim Duncan wasn't a hooper and just a basketball player, or he was an overrated player in general because he wasn't exactly a tween step back scorer. It was a bunch of stupid shit said about Tim Duncan while that whole thing was going around. Thank God it ended, but that's the premise of this video. Players who, for whatever reason, people just wake up and they just gotta talk about them in the most negative of negative ways. And I'm a toxic bastard, but god damn, I mean, these takes are kinda cringe. So without further ado, if you guys like the video, don't forget to like the video, and let's get right to it. Look, as your friendly neighborhood toxic Lakers fan, I must admit I do hate talking about Kobe Bryant on this platform, or any platform really, or at all really. And that's because Kobe being one of my favorite players, I hate the way that for whatever reason his name just gets dragged as time moves on. Like, let's just be honest here, whether it was right or wrong, people argued this man from being the GOAT to nowadays I often hear he's not even top 10. On top of that, the average range I see for Kobe Bryant's all-time ranking is 8 through 11, which, to be honest, if you ask me, all of you are fucking insane. But I ain't never got salty over no damn crayon eater, so fuck it. Especially because with Kobe, the reason why he's in this video is because it's not exactly just one standard take that resurfaces. It's a bunch, bruh. Kobe is an overrated scorer. Kobe's a ball hog. Kobe is a bad defender. Apparently that's a thing now. Kobe was never the best player in any NBA season he played in. Kobe isn't clutch. Just every damn thing. And at this point, I'm like, bruh, get his dick out your mouth. And you want to know the worst part about it all? The takes are so contradictory, they're not even funny. Or at least they lack consistency. I've literally had people tell me that Kobe's peak is at least top 5 and then see them rank him 11. So how bad do you think his career was? We're talking about a 5-time champion that damn near three-peated in 2 different eras. I've heard people talk about Kobe would be amazing in 2021. He was always double teamed, and in his prime, he had no help. And then that'd be the same person that's talking about, well, his clutch stats aren't the best. It's like people just do it for attention, and no cap, that's a good chance at what it is. Because it's like, does he suck or does he not? Two things can definitely be true at the same time, but with the takes y'all be having on Kobe, sometimes y'all just be looking dumb as shit, I swear. Next player is the man on the thumbnail known as Dwight Howard. Now, as you know, I've come to really love Dwight Howard. But in his prime, he was a cool dude to me. And to be fair, prime Dwight Howard was always underrated back then. But oh my lord, you guys have amped it up to where he's definitely underrated right now. And it's because for the last 3 seasons, and trust me, it's gonna happen again, ESPN First Take Live, is Dwight Howard a Hall of Famer? Like, bro, what the fuck? And then his yo dumbass is eating the shit up, commenting, no, he's not. What is happening? Y'all do realize that Dwight Howard was in an era of Kobe Bryant and LeBron James, both in their prime. For my Bronsexuals who just swear 2018 Bronze Age, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's a really good version of LeBron James. Yes, I had to interrupt my sentiment to do it because that's how YouTube comments go. But back to Dwight Howard. No, he didn't quite win an MVP. No, he didn't win a chip by himself. But the man was one of the more athletic men in basketball, giving you 20 points, 14 rebounds, 2.5 blocks on 59% shooting from the field. No, he was not a good shooter. Not from the free throw line, and damn well not from 3. No, Dwight wasn't this faced up post player. But it's inconsistent as hell because I know there's a lot of you guys that love true shooting nowadays, and the dude is giving you 61% true shooting on 20 points. Shit doesn't matter when Zion's doing it, but when Dwight's doing it, oh, we're tweaking. He's sucks. Y'all act like this man would be no more than Rudy Gobert if he played in 2021, which is ridiculous. And Dwight wasn't exactly a quote-quote loser. He played for the fucking Magic, and when he wasn't on the Magic, he got hurt. Hell, even in some of his runs with the Magic, he got hurt. Speaking of being hurt, y'all feelings was hurt. Maybe that's why you don't fuck with Dwight. A lot of you guys talk about, oh, we didn't get the Kobe-LeBron matchup. Wanna know who fucked that up? Dwight Howard. Woohoo, I'm back on the new mic anyway. Yeah, I don't know why. We all know it's not true, but a lot of people act like Kobe got 2 of his rings on Boston. Nah, bro was playing Dwight and played the series brilliantly at the cost of stats, but y'all don't want to talk about that either. But yeah, Kobe was playing Dwight Howard, and the reason that was a thing is because Dwight had dubbed LeBron. He was a fucking monster. He averaged 25.8, 13 rebounds, damn near 3 assists on 65% shooting. And yes, I'm using the word monster for those stats because we've just become numb to 25 point per game scores. Wonder why that's a thing. 2021 spacing. But how about Dwight in game 6 when he dropped 40 and 14 on 66% shooting? For the love of God, the man is a 3-time defensive player of the year, and for a majority of his prime, if not all of his prime, he was a top 5 MVP candidate. Just please cut the shit out about the dude not being a goddamn Hall of Famer, and stop implying that if a prime Dwight Howard played today, he wouldn't have the impact any further than a guy like Rudy Gobert or something. The dude made the finals with Hedo Turkoglu, Rashad Lewis, and Jameer Nelson. You think around 2021 shooters Dwight wouldn't go crazy? Yeah, alright, bro, just cut it out, please. I'm gonna close this video out with the player that I've wanted to talk about for a minute now. Prime Carmelo Anthony. The random Melo slander has made me truly realize how much stats have dominated takes recently. If not stats, NBA YouTube videos. So I'm basically gonna address those 2 points, talk about Melo briefly, and end the video right there because the whole thing with Melo is just him being an overrated player in general. Not that good of a scorer, not that efficient of a scorer, a loser. Even with the shit I've said about Kobe, even with the shit I've said about prime Dwight Howard, and by that I mean, of course, what I've seen on Twitter and other bullshit. I haven't said any of this dumb shit. I assume even lowballing those two, that many, if not all of you guys would say they're top 15 players if both of them were in their prime today. But with Carmelo Anthony, I must admit, he got it the worst. He has been literally fodderized in the NBA community, and it makes no sense. Y'all talk about Melo as if he's not even a top 20 player if he was in his prime today. And I'm saying that because I've heard Tatum or Melo, Paul George or Melo, D-Book or Melo, Zach LaVine or Melo. One motherfucker tried to do SGA, dog. Like, I promise you, it's out of hand. So let me just say this. I've said this in the past, but I may need to refresh you guys' mind, or I haven't phrased it well enough. I know how much of a toxic sage I can be. I know my delivery is a little over the top, but I'm genuinely a stats guy. Like, most of my takes come from numbers, 100%. So I completely understand looking at metrics, maybe not the over-the-top Raptor LeBron ones, but looking at metrics and coming to a decision based off of statistically based data. But I feel like there's been an art of basketball discussion that's been lost, and that art is simply acknowledging one's ability and talent when you're watching them play basketball. For example, not too long ago, Carmelo Anthony has quite literally put himself among the top 10 scorers of all time in terms of the total amount of points scored, I believe. It is perfectly fine if you don't believe Carmelo Anthony is a top 10 scorer of all time, but man, when y'all get to low 40s, not even 50, some of you guys wouldn't even have him a top 20 scorer today, shit's out of hand, bro. There's moves Carmelo Anthony can do that I'm being dead ass maybe 2 players today can do. The combination of this man's post-game ability to score in the triple threat and hit contested shots is not talked about enough. And the worst part, and to me the most disrespectful part, is people acknowledge those things sometimes, but when they do, they immediately go to Basketball Reference and say, but the numbers ain't there, bro. Sorry. I'm being so serious. 2021 has kind of spoiled us statistically. We're damn near numb to 35% three-point shooting. Hell, we're numb to 40% three-point shooting. And I don't want this video to be too long, and I don't want to just seem like a Carmelo Anthony apologist. But if 26.2 points, 6.7 rebounds on 46-35 splits for the majority of your prime doesn't impress you, honestly, I already feel like you're a lost cause. But even then, can we at least admit, when you factor those metrics with his obvious scoring prowess, the dude is legitimately one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen. Let's stop acting like he's not just because time is age. And I know you're you're tired of hearing me say spacing, so let me go ahead and talk about systems. If Carmelo Anthony, hell, even Kobe Bryant played in a 2021 system, a system that predicated more three-pointers instead of deep twos, y'all'd be on both day dick if we being dead ass. Hell, in Melo's case, some of you quite literally were. Melo got blackballed entirely from the NBA for whatever reason. It was pretty fucking stupid. Got into a three-point system, and just look at what he did. Sure, the jump shot initially wasn't falling like crazy, but now he's a 40% three-point shooter. He adjusted his game to the system. It wasn't about Melo no longer being a toxic, selfish ball stopper. It was about him now being able to play off ball and him now being told to shoot corner threes, dog, rather than being relied upon to shoot deep, contested fadeaway twos. It's just how shit goes. It's a different era of basketball, bro. With Kobe Bryant, I'd argue the same thing would happen if injuries did not take place. And if some of you are somehow against that, look at quite literally majority of 30-plus-year-olds in the NBA. These players aren't just becoming exponentially better players as time goes on. They've adjusted their game to the way it's played in 2021. Stats matter a lot, trust me, they do. But they're not everything, holy hell. And again, Melo's stats aren't even that bad. But moving on, the last point, I'm not even gonna waste more than a minute on it. For the love of God, stop copying and pasting takes from other content creators, because you make everyone look like a jackass when you do it. For example, if someone does a Kobe's overrated, a Dwight's overrated, or a Melo's overrated video, understand that they have their own argument, their own premise, and their own supporting details. Not only is copying and pasting that make you a fucking sheep, it also can make you inconsistent with your other takes. But the worst part of it all is a lot of you guys don't just simply copy and paste it. You guys copy the premise alone. If I say John Stockton's overrated because all he did was bounce pass to Bozo Malone, which is facts, and all of you guys just run with that, now I'm the asshole if John Stockton has a bad rep, right? If you agree that John Stockton's overrated, that's cool, but for the love of God, do it on your own terms. That's all I'm saying. It's okay to be influenced by an influencer, but you're your own man, bro. Tighten up. And with that, that's gonna do it for today's video. It's been your boy TSO Sage. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you like my content, subscribe. Why the fuck you watching my shit and not subscribed? And it's been your boy TSO Sage. I'm gonna holla at y'all later. Take care and stay blessed. Speed run because I have shit to do.